Bike Ninja 23 here. Getting ready to take my first moto vlog ride since I've been in South Carolina. As you guys know, I haven't made a video in quite some time. And that's just because I've been extremely busy. By the way, I did buy a new camera finally. It's not the GoPro, but it is I think it's called Flip It. It's a small camera, HD, it's easy to use. It's got its own onboard memory. It's got its own software that comes with it, which makes for a little bit easier use. It has a USB plug on it, so I can just hit a switch and plug the camera directly into the computer without cords or any of that crap. It comes with its own software where I can edit the videos, do all that fun stuff. It's one thing I love about South Carolina. You got a lot of twisties and they're just everywhere. Hills, curves everywhere. About an hour and a half from the Dragon's Tail. I got Myrtle Beach nearby. I'm in Columbia, so pretty good sized city. Although I have to say the drivers here are not all that great. I'm getting a lot of hits on one of my first videos on the ZX6, how-to video on if you can actually buy a 600 for your first motorcycle. And the answer to that question is yes, you can. You just really have to respect the machine. Take the time to get to know it, and it'll be fine. I don't really want to get into the subject again, because last time I spent more time deleting comments because people were getting offended at how I was trying to put it. But like I said, I really don't know. You've just got to be an aggressive, fast learning person to get it. I mean, that's riding motorcycles period if you never have. You just got to, I mean, the best thing you can do, I would say, is to go to a dealership, or you know, even just find somebody to let you ride their bike and see if it's for you, because otherwise you're wasting a lot of time and money, and it's unnecessary because it can be an expensive habit. It just depends. But if you're serious about motorcycling and you really want to get into it, like I said, go get your license, take your basic riding courses and all that good stuff, and just check it out, man. Go to dealerships, find out if you're a cruiser kind of guy or if you sport bike. I mean, I know a lot of people that have started out and wanted to be sport bike riders and ended up being cruiser riders just because they like the feel of the bike better. They don't like being crouched down and tucked into the bike where some people do. And best thing to do is just to get a feel for what you want to do and hop on one, and whatever bike you do end up buying, whether it is a 250 or 600, it's all the same. You still got to learn it. But if you actually find yourself getting into motorcycling and you start out with a 250, the downfall is you're not going to spend a whole lot of time on it before you get bored with it, and that in itself is a huge cost in money, and it's just not worth it. So that's where you got to weigh the options on buying a 600 or a 250. You got to take that shit into consideration and just do what you think's best for you and your budget and what you can afford. Me, I just got lucky. I was deployed to Iraq and I had the extra money to spend to upgrade. I had the ZX6 for a total of, I think, 4 months. Well, bought it when I was deployed. I had it for over a year, but I only got to ride it for about 4 months total. On R&R during my deployment for 2 weeks, and then from December to March, and March is when I got the ZX10. So it didn't take me long before I got tired of it, and I don't know, I'm sure a lot of you guys would be the same, and that's just where you got to think about those kind of things. And I wish I would have, because I probably, knowing what I know now, I probably would have just shot with the ZX10 for my first bike in the first place, because I knew that that's what I wanted. So this guy's not gonna go. So there's some downfalls to it. I wish that I would have kept my ZX6 a little bit longer, just for you know, the more experienced part of riding, where you're going faster and leaning lower, your lane angle's a lot higher, and you know, there's a lot to it. But I'm glad I did. I'm comfortable in the ZX10. It feels good, and I don't think I'll trade in for a long time. And if I do, it won't be anything higher than a 10. A lot of people get the ZX14s, and they think that they are for racing and stuff like that. And some dudes do. They build them up to be dragsters, but that's meant to be a sport touring bike. It's considered to be a sport touring bike. So just take that into consideration as well. But they're awesome bikes. The ZX14 is a beautiful bike. Looks nothing like sport touring, but unfortunately that's what they're designed to do. And the leader bikes are the way to go if you want to get into racing. I'm trying to get into road racing myself. I got 2 years left on my contract with the Army, and then we'll see what happens from there. I'm gonna try to make something happen between now and then, so we'll see. If any of you guys are into AMA racing or anything like that, you got some tips for me, shoot them my way. I'd greatly appreciate that. I hope I answered some of your guys' questions, and like I said, if there's anything else that you guys would like to know, feel free. Although I don't make videos very often, I do get on and check my YouTube for messages and my email and all that stuff. So if I see comments, I read them, and I do reply, I mean, almost immediately. So yeah, I've been on leave for too long, and I don't really have a life. So, but anyways, if there's any moto vloggers out there that want to get together anytime, hit me up on YouTube. Oh, and yeah, oh man, I was here for, I think, 3 days. I moved up here on the 15th of July. And I think the following Sunday night, there was an attempted steal on my bike. Somebody come and try to swipe my bike. Fortunately, it wasn't taken. They did nab my neighbor's though. He had a GSXR 1000 that was taken. He got his bike back though. The security cameras at our apartments caught the bike leaving out of the complex. And they found it later on, so he did get his bike back. So I had, anyway, so I had alarm installed the very next day. I got an excellent system. It's the Viper system. It's got tilt shock, and it's got a proximity sensor, and it will actually call my phone and all that good shit. So since then, nobody has even touched my bike. I've got it set so sensitive that I'm always having to shut off the alarm because a heavy truck goes by and sets it off, but it's worth it. I'll probably piss the neighbors off, but I don't really care. I care more about my bike than I care about what they think, so. I'll come out here one night and make you guys a video of just the twisties alone. During the daytime, there's just way too many cops. But I'll still come out here and push it a little bit during the day. It's not as much. But anyways, that's really all I got for now. So don't forget to rate, subscribe, and I hope to see you guys soon.